In 1986, in August, there was a massacre that happened in Kitgum district in Namukora. More than 70 people were killed and buried in a mass grave. Minister Okero Oriem has a mass grave in his backyard because he's from Namukora. And incidentally, he's the man that has told this organization, this UN human rights group, to pack its bags and leave. These were people killed by government, not the rebels. And the government had the audacity to build a mass grave, a monument above their bodies. In July 1989, another massacre was committed in Teso, the Mukura incident. I think that's the only incident that many people tend to remember. Young men were suffocated to death in railway wagons by NRA soldiers. Another monument, a mass grave, was built by government where those people were buried. So those are two mass graves built by government to commemorate people killed by government. In April 1991, there was the Bulloch Pit incident, where soldiers of the 22nd Battalion, under the command of Major Ikondere, late Major Ikondere, people were rounded up. I think today it's in either Amuru district, I think. People were rounded up and men were sodomized by NRA soldiers. Today, UPDF. Women were raped and many were killed. So, there is a history of mass killing by the military. Then, in the 2000s, early 2000s, we had the disappearances of young Muslim men on account of being ADF. None of them were taken to court. They just disappeared in safe houses that were being run by that time by the infamous Nobo Mayombo. We have the Casese Massacres of 2016, where the man that oversaw the massacres, General Erweru, was promoted and he's now, I think, the second most highest officer in the military. You have the killings on Kampala streets of November 2020. So, right from inception, right from the time when Museveni came to power, there have been mass massacres of citizens. But all this time, the West, including the UN agencies, have always told us that Museveni is the beacon of hope, the new breed of African leaders, the man that came to put an end to the suffering and killings of previous regimes. So rather than call him out on these gross violations, they have been massaging him. Now today he turns against them. But even when he does that, all the Western capitals are quiet. So that should tell us that our human rights are our responsibility, not the responsibility of international agencies, not the responsibility of foreign governments. It is us that will either choose to rise up and sort out this mess or sit and continue to be buried in mass graves. How many more people must run to exile? How many more people must disappear